stage is set for what should be a really good game one as this series gets underway. Introductions wrapping up down on the field, and first pitch just minutes away. Coming to you live from Southern California, game one of the American League Division Series. It's the Baltimore Orioles and the Los Angeles Angels. Along with Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. Game one is always critical in a postseason series, Siggy.
Yeah, and this is when you love having home field advantage, Boog. If you capture game one, you're full of confidence that you've got a chance to ride that momentum for the rest of the series.
And on the visiting side, starting pitching is always the big key in a game like this to kick off a series.
Yeah, you need a strong performance on the mound. That's the #1 way to cancel out the home field edge we just mentioned.
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. And getting the start for the Angels, Foster McCloud. Chris, how about a scouting report?
Well, I'm interested to see how he utilizes his sinker to this lineup, Boog. You know, it's not necessarily his go-to primary pitch, but he does mix it in when he needs it. He's just got to make sure that it's not flat. Otherwise, it's going to get hit hard. So look for him to throw it up there when he needs a big double play, a ground ball, something like that to get out of an inning, change it up for a hitter. Also, get those hitters looking down so that it opens up the top of the strike zone, especially late in an at-bat. Ball.
This one in the air, center field. Ritchie under it. And there's one down. Right back to him on the mound. Out with room to spare, and that's the inning. We move ahead to game one of the division series. And now the designated hitter for the Angels, Szen Cobb. Swings through that one for strike one.
Well, now that this is a bullpen game, it's clear that whichever bullpen steps up the most is likely going to come away with the W.
That one hammered, but pulled foul.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up, try to track the ball, block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not sure about, but some way, somehow, climb back into this at bat through the count.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. And Chris, that's a way to neutralize his speed by keeping him off base.
And the defense breathes a sigh of relief because he puts pressure on everyone if he can put the ball in play. But that's how you do it. Keep him off balance, get him out of there, and deal with the next guy.
Two-run game with two away here in the bottom of the ninth.
The designated hitter, Szen Cobb.
Cobb at the plate now as he chases after that one. The Orioles trying to close out a two-run lead here in game one of the ALDS. They're down to their final strike.
Well, you got the hitter already chasing that nasty slider. If you're on the mound, you just want to expand the zone right now. Get a swing and miss.
Got him. That finishes the evening's action. Cobb had a game to forget in the loss.
This wasn't his finest hour, Boog, and he may be a little frustrated heading back to the clubhouse. Hard for them to get a win when he performs like this.
Here's one final look at the line score from this one, Chris.
It was a close two-run game, and a couple of key moments just really made the difference. Not much separates these two teams.
As the trains in
from Angel Stadium in Anaheim, MLB The Show brings you the American League Division Series. It's the Baltimore Orioles and the Los Angeles Angels. Alongside Chris Singleton, I'm John Schupp. A big game 2 in store for us here today, Chris.
Yeah, this might be the game to actually decide the series, Boog. When it's 5 games, getting a 2-0 lead is a dominant position to be in, and I don't see this series getting to a 5th game if we have a repeat of Game 1's outcome in this one.
Yeah, the Crows start circling for a team that falls into a 2-game deficit, not where you want to be. First pitch coming your way next. And getting the start for the Angels, David Chen.
Well, we know his primary pitch is that two-seam fastball. When things are on the line, expect him to go back to that two-seamer.
We're in the second game of this division series. And now the designated hitter for the Angels, Szen Cobb. Ball. Hot shot, and he can't knock it down. Man at first, so in now for the Angels, Billy Rincon. There goes the runner. That's in for a strike. And that's a stolen base, not even close. Right through there for a strike.
Goodness, I think he just took the best pitch he's going to see in this at-bat. You don't get many like that in that location. I don't know if you take that pitch against any pitcher out there in the mound.
Man at second. Got it. And there's one away.
Well, that at-bat seemed to be over as soon as it started. 3-pitch strikeout. You've got to be better at the plate right there, at least to foul something off, extend that at-bat.
Guidry in the box here and fouls it off for strike 1. The Angels looking to bounce back and try and get on the board. And we're here in game 2 of the ALDS. Fouled off the plate. They'll do it again. Foul ball, still 0-2.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you can get hurt.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball.
Ball, that's out.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Really good hard bite to that breaking ball for the strikeout right there. I mean, he was able to bury it down below the zone, and that's throwing the pitch with conviction. Good thing for the pitcher, he's not going to miss in the zone, and that's where you get hurt. Excellent execution with 2 strikes. That could be a big weapon for him in this start.
Logan O'Hoppe in the box now. Takes strike 1. O'Hoppe launched a homer in his most recent game. Man on second, 2 down. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. Cobb around third. Here comes the throw. Safe at the plate, and the run scores all the way from second. And it's now a 2-run game.
Well, that gets them a little closer in this one. Smash that one through the infield for the knock. When it's hit that hard, it makes it very tough on the infielders to make any sort of play.
Cobb stepping in now. Tough matchup here when you're facing someone that throws 97 miles an hour on the black.
Yeah, Boo, forget the scouting report. He's just got to step in the box and trust his instincts.
No question about this one. It's out of here. And they cut into the deficit.
Wasn't fooled on the first pitch at all. He squared it up right away. That's an incredible job of letting that breaking ball get deep, trusting your hands, and driving it out the other way. That's how you practice it in the cage. Incredible when you can translate it into the ball game.
Man at first, one away.
The designated hitter, Szen Cobb.
He brings it down. Nice play. There's one. What a double play that was. Inning. Cobb digging in. The deficit's manageable, but somebody's got to get it started, Singy.
Yeah, and this guy right here has got the toolbox. Competitiveness, bat to ball, good instincts. Let's see if he opens it up, Boob.
Foul ball there.
I'm really impressed with this offense. They haven't been timid at the plate at all. They've been aggressive, and they're keeping the defense on its toes. So far, they've got 7 hits within the first 3 pitches of an at-bat, so there's been no time to get comfortable on the mound.
Oh, he doesn't get the call. Ball 2. Catcher challenge. We'll take another look. And on further review, it was a strike. Still 2 challenges left for them. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. A big first out here in the 7th via the punch out.
Yeah, it just does so much to change the outlook of an important inning like this. When you got the leadoff hitter, so critical in setting the table when you got a tight game like this. So a strikeout really puts them on their heels.
Swing and a miss as he chases that one darting out of the zone. Got the bat going too soon. It's strike 2.
Just a really nice slider down and in there. He wants to get the hitter thinking fastball, speed him up, and just subtract some velocity and add a little movement.
So 2 down, and next for LA, Terrell Guidry. 2-1 now. This one popped up. Guerrero under it. And he's got it. Ball game. And the Orioles take a 2-game-to-none lead back home.
There's nothing colder than your shoulder when you're dragging me along like you do. Like you do. And then you switch up with no warning and you keep how rude. But I kinda like it anyways. I don't mind if this is gonna take a million days. I know you'll come around to me eventually. If you sit back, relax, and join my company.
Festivities wrapping up. The crowd is electric, and we'll be back to get it going right after this. Live from beautiful Oriole Park, MLB The Show brings you the American League Division Series. It's the Los Angeles Angels taking on the Baltimore Orioles. And towing the slab, Jose Rivera. What should we keep an eye on here?
Very dominant his last time out. Picked up the win. Only allowed 1 run. These guys would love to see him back on his game in this one.
Third game of the division series. And now the designated hitter for the Angels, Szen Cobb. And there's a rocket into the outfield. And that's going to get into the corner. The throw in. And he's out easily.
Gotta love the hustle and the attitude there to try to stretch that single into a double, but unfortunately thrown out at second base. He was so close to being in scoring position.
Cobb in the box as he fouls off the first pitch. Swing and a miss. That's strike 2.
This guy's not wasting any pitches. Hitters got to get into swing mode. This is a good time to expand the zone. Throw something maybe down in the dirt.
Top of the third, no score. Swings and misses, struck him out. That one finds the zone, and it's 0-1. Chop to the left side. Handles, throws to first, and that is that. Angels held. Cobb digging in. They've got the lead, but here's another chance to set the tone.
Yeah, but one good swing, and suddenly they add to the margin. Every run counts as this game moves along.
In there for strike 1.
Well, that two-seamer is heat-seeking for right-handed batters. Just runs in on those hands.
Yeah, that's fouled off. The 0-2. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Gosh, here it is. Hit it. 3-pitch strikeout. All fastballs. Man, he's got a lot.
Not a ton of offense to chat about as we look at the final numbers, but this was a good one.
Yeah, it was a low-scoring game, but sometimes those can be the best, especially this time of year.
Look around, search all I can find. People next to me out of their mind. Look at you, gonna make you blind. So sophisticated mankind. Brother plan seems to work. Economic growth is saving the earth. Sing a lot.
Live from beautiful Oriole Park, MLB The Show brings you the American League Division Series. It's the Los Angeles Angels taking on the Baltimore Orioles. And getting the start for Baltimore, Elliot Harper. What do you look for here?
4-pitch guy. He's got some options to work with in terms of keeping hitters off balance. So we'll see how he decides to utilize those weapons through this start here and whether or not he's able to mix them all in early or if he wants to hold something back a little bit later, maybe second, third time through the order and give them something they haven't seen. It's tough when you know a guy's got that in his back pocket. As a hitter, you really have to stay on your toes.
Ball 1.
In the air to left center, Richardson under this one. And there's one away. One out and a runner at second. Swings through that one for strike one.
Well, strike one is so critical in a bat like this with a real threat at the plate looking to do damage.
Swing and a miss. Nice changeup.
And he really sells the changeup with that arm action.
Swings through him for the K. And that's 4 strikeouts. Well, that'll boost the swing and miss rate, Sing. He blew him away on 3 pitches. He didn't have a chance.
Yeah, Boog, a dominant strikeout for sure. And he just looked overmatched at the plate. You know, as a hitter, when you swing and miss 3 times in a row, you feel like you got a hole in your bat. You definitely start to question yourself. You know, these Angels just lacking discipline at the plate in this ballgame. They've been chasing pitches outside the zone all game, and it's led to some frustrating moments. They've been fooled quite a bit today.
Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. Catcher has it, fires to first. Gets him. 1 away on a drop third strike.
Well, he's on a great run of strikeouts and showing excellent control and command, not walking opposing batters. You know, this offense, they've got to find a way to break his rhythm, put the bat on the ball, maybe try to bunt for a base hit, get him off the mound, moving around, step out, something to interrupt his timing because he's coming right after these guys.
Tying run at the plate. And a swing and a miss. There's that slider.
Well, now that this is a bullpen game, it's clear that whichever bullpen steps up the most is likely going to come away with the W. See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you can get hurt.
Foul off the plate. They'll do it again. The tying run at the plate.
This guy's a fun guy to watch taking at bat. He just battles up there. He doesn't take a pitch off at all. Makes it so difficult on the pitchers out there. You can tell they get frustrated with how long it takes to put him away.
Good job to fight that one off. The Orioles trying to protect a 2-run lead here in Game 4 of this ALDS. Fights it off. You'll see another. And a payoff pitch. This one driven deep, way back there, and it's gone. We are tied. A 2-run homer. These Orioles fans are just devastated.
Changeup up in the zone is a hitter's dream. It's a BP fastball, but you're playing in real time. Most times, the pitcher's asking for a new baseball, just like right there.
Here's one final look at the line score from this one, Chris.
It was a close 2-run game, and a couple of key moments just really made the difference. Not much separates these two teams.
Now from Angel Stadium in Anaheim, MLB The Show brings you the American League Division Series. It's the Baltimore Orioles and the Los Angeles Angels. Towing the slab in today's game, Grady Milligan. Chris, what are you looking for from him?
He's someone you can rely on to provide quality innings in almost every one of his starts, Boog. He knows how to command the mound. Stuff is good, and sometimes it's even better than good. If he gets off to a fast start, look out. It could be a tough day for this lineup.
Cobb launched a homer in his most recent game. Tap foul at the plate.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you can get hurt.
Hit hard, base hit.
There you go. Find it. Find it.
So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Seems like he got exactly what he was looking for right there. And now a chance to maybe get creative on offense with good speed on first.
Runner takes off. Strike in there. Throw. Save. Szen, the best way to catch this guy might be on replay.
Yeah, and sometimes it's the only way to catch him, Boog. I mean, you see that.
Runner goes again. Pitches for a strike. Throw to third. Save. And the go-ahead run is now only 90 feet away.
I think he surprised everyone in the ballpark, and especially the pitcher. It wasn't a great lead there, but when he took off, I think he caught him off guard. Nice job to get to third. This is a situation where the hitter is looking for something up in the zone that he can get his arms extended. What you have to be careful of is that pitch that's up, that's in on your hands. That'll pop you up in the infield, and that's exactly what the pitcher wants.
Misses outside. Ball 3. Terrell Guidry would be next. Big bat with a potentially huge opportunity. This one popped up. Foul ground, first base side. He's got it. And there's one down.
That includes the left fielder, Steroid.
So in now for the Angels, Terrell Guidry. Close, but called a ball. And it's 1-0. Swing and a high fly ball right field. That one back, that one on its way, and it's gone. A 2-run blast. The Angels on the board first. It's 2-0.
You can't ask for a better start than hitting a home run in your first at bat to give your team the lead. Looks like this guy was looking out over the plate, but he was ready to turn on the inside fastball. So direct to the pitch. Absolutely blasted out of this ballpark.
The pivotal Game 5 of the division series. Now it's the DH for the Angels, Szen Cobb. The strategy around starting pitchers in the postseason, it's really changed in recent years. Managers are pulling starters earlier, making a strong bullpen essential for a championship team.
Yeah, I think with starting pitchers, they're not going as deep in the postseason because managers aren't willing to let them get knocked around and put a game out of reach. Most skippers have a quicker hook this time of the year.
The 1-1. Swing and a miss as he chases that one darting out of the zone. Swing and a miss. That one in the dirt. Up with it. Fires to first. Gets him. One away on a drop third strike.
Well, obviously that was nowhere near the strike zone. By the time it got to the plate, people at home watching are thinking, what's he swinging at? But I'll tell you, some of the break guys snap off these days is just devastating. It can be so tough to recognize where a pitch like that's going to end up.
This one in the air, center field. And there's one down. One down. And now the DH, Szen Cobb. 1 for 3. And fouled off. Check swing, went around, and that's strike 2.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up, try to track the ball, block.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. Couldn't hit the fastball at the knees. And Chris, that's a way to neutralize it.
anybody out there still give a about me? Do you still see what they thought I could be? I gambled away all the loving I ever had, and my cheap one-night romance and always turned bad. Heaven knows I miss my late night living. They're getting along without me, as far as I can tell. it. Dropped all my bad habits and started back thinking. When I jump off the wagon, honey, would you catch my fall? If I hollered out your name, would you hear me call? Heaven knows I miss my late night living. They're getting along without me, as far as I can tell. Baby, I'll go back to doing that voodoo
saw the northern lights today. It's been a long time coming, and I thought I wouldn't know what to say. A fleeting moment in the sky pales in comparison to your eyes. They shine the brightest blue I've ever seen and guide me to a better peace of mind. I can't believe that you came back. I saw your distant light across the ocean again. I thought it was a sign that I was close to the end. Fading fireworks lit your name across the night sky. Out on the open ocean, I'll never let you go again. I followed your footsteps through the dark. The colors shape an amazing display, but aurora's not as bright as your smile beneath the light of distant stars. The faintest traces that jade left to paint and memorize that I kept. Forget the nights that I spent thinking